bright center. Who's the bright? Where'd the bright part?
Just a hard song, regular song.
Do you do a preference for upper throat, sweet, dark,
Up with backdrops of red and blue, like all the instruments and stuff that are around. Yeah, it's crazy.
My name is Will Clipman, and I play drums and percussion.
How did you get into the New Age genre?
Well, that's kind of a grab bag for music that didn't fit comfortably in other categories. So when I started getting Grammy nominations, a lot of my music ended up in New Age because they didn't know where else to put it. So I became identified with that particular genre.
So what kind of genres would you classify the ones that you were doing prior to?
Pretty much any kind of music you can think of. Rock and roll, blues, jazz, funk, world music, even a little bit of classical, some folk music. At a certain point, I just decided it was all music and I was better off not trying to categorize it and just show up with the appropriate instruments and play something that fit. So that's been my strategy ever since.
When did you join the Heart of Summer tour, and what were you doing prior to joining?
I joined the tour, I think, 1 or 2 gigs into the tour. And while that was happening, I was playing another concert in Grand Junction with the R. Carlos Nakai Quartet. And then from there, I went over to Silverthorne, Colorado to do a recording with Leon Joseph Littlebird.
Kids that have been dealing in vintage modern furniture, so we tend to have a bit of that laying around to deploy. There's Kayla. This side here, this is the triangle I was talking about.
Okay, yeah.
And I don't know how Will sets up, but you got all the way over here. We got a little bit of light.
You can try using this red light. It works pretty well.
They're called bivy sacks, and they're about this big, and they will work just as well. You can get inside that thing, and that's what I do carry a bivy sack now, because the little ones you see they're just a big.
You joined the tour in Colorado Springs, the second show of the tour. Can you recall that first show and how it went?
Yeah, I can. It was wonderful. It was a living room concert at the home of Gary and Kim Coleman, who have a beautiful house right on the edge of, I believe it's Garden of the Gods in Colorado Springs. And we set up in one corner of the living room with glass behind us, and the audience just comfortably ensconced in the living room.
The music at that house concert in Colorado Springs was absolutely amazing.
It was.
I mean, I was able to sit in the audience and hear you three perform, and all 3 of you were as one instrument. People even brought tears to their eyes there in the audience. And the tone quality was fabulous also. You could just hear a pin drop in that room.
Well, same for us. We got to, that was what was nice about it, is not only do we get to perform, but we also get to see Art perform as well. Mm-hmm. And as some of the shows that went on, Art actually performed with us.
So you just heard Trialogue and Art Patience. What are you thinking about the music so far?
I really liked it. Gosh, I didn't really know what I was going to expect when I got here, but it's fabulous. If you are into any kind of music whatsoever, please come and hear these artists. They are speaking from their hearts. They sound fantastic together. It's just a gorgeous evening. Invite you to come in and see it and enjoy it.
So I'm here with Kim. She just bought a Trialogue CD. If you could just hold up your Trialogue CD that you just got. Awesome. So what was it about the music that made you want to just take it home with you?
Well, I went to a house concert before at Gary and Kim's, and they were playing, and I actually have slept to the music for a long time. It's just very calming and peaceful and makes me happy.
What is it about the music that you like?
Basically everything. I really like it because it breathes. It lets you hear all the notes. You can feel things, and it lends itself to improvisation. I really like that. I love watching people improvise. And the last time I saw Sherry and Darin, they didn't have any percussion with them, and this time they got percussion with Will Clipman, and it's just amazing. So, yeah, everything about it I like.
All right, so we just hosted Trialogue and Art Patience at your lovely home. How'd you think the show went? Just kind of talk about the show and the music and the people. How are they feeling?
Well, it was a great time. I was looking forward to this for a long time because I've been knowing these musicians, and I knew they were going to deliver some fantastic music to these friends, and that's exactly what they did. So thank you.
Oh my gosh, I can't even believe we have these guys in our house.
I know, yeah.
It was amazing. It was the most beautiful, transformative, amazing event in my life. I've been listening to them on CD and on Pandora and on the radio and stuff. And to see them live in our own house was absolutely beautiful and wonderful. I was so happy.
All right, Darin.
Yes, sir.
Post show number 2, how you feeling?
I feel good. Anytime I have the opportunity to play with Sherry, it's a good time. Sherry, bring it here. Give me a hook. Oh my God.
What a good
Ready?
show.
We had a good time. I want to thank everybody for coming out. This is show number 2. Got 3 more to go.
So I want to thank Gary and Kim for hosting this concert. It was beautiful.
So we just concluded number 2 show in Colorado Springs. How do you feel about it?
I feel just absolutely fantastic. It went really, really well. And the one thing I always like to let the audience know, they're the second half of the instrument. So we've got some absolutely beautiful people here tonight, real full house. And they had everything to do with having a fantastic show. So, and I enjoyed Trialogue to its core. Those people are some of the most amazing musicians that I've ever worked with. So it was absolutely perfect.
All right, Will, so you just joined the tour in Colorado Springs. We just completed the first show. How did it go?
It was fabulous. I don't know if we can top this, but we're going to try.